What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. It's another Finish Strong Friday. Y'all know what we do on Friday. We finish absolutely strong. There's no doubt in our mind that what we're doing today is to put every effort that we have into finishing strong, doing what we do, completing what we need to complete. No excuses, no obstacle is going to stop us from finishing strong. That's what we do here in the brand new suite with your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. For those that might be here for the first time because you had a friend that shared my video with you and said, hey man, you need to check this out. I know you're trying to be an entrepreneur. I know you're trying to operate in excellence. I know you want to take your business, your brand to that next level. You need to hear what this brother is talking about. I want to welcome you. Welcome. Just to give you just a little snippet of who I am. I'm the president, CEO of JNF Enterprises, and what we simply do at JNF is we assist entrepreneurs to be able to reclaim their time so that they can be more organized and focused on maintaining or creating meaningful relationships with family, friends, and those that they serve. Simply put, we're going to help you keep the doors open. We're going to give you the tool. We're going to give you the insight, wisdom, ideas, principles, strategies, all of those things that hopefully you need in order to be able to just create a sustainable brand. I'm talking like Coke, I'm talking like Pepsi, I'm talking like McDonald's, those Apple, those great brands that are out here, and they have a formula. They have a formula, they have a footprint, they have a blueprint, blackprint, they have structure, foundational structure that gives them the ability to be able to be sustainable. Because I'm tired of seeing businesses, our businesses specifically, in the marketplace for less than 5 years. There's too many of our businesses that are failing, and they're failing because they haven't. To me, they do not have the tools. They do not have the structure. They do not have the systems. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the principles in place in order to be able to create that sustainability. So that's what we do. We help you create that sustainability, and mainly with our entrepreneurial briefcase, and with other training products and services that we offer as well too. So that's just a little quick what we do. Y'all know what if you've been listening. Morning, Doc. How you? Good morning. If you've been listening to me this week, what we've been dealing with, what we've been doing this week, we've been talking about the 5 keys to connecting with your ideal client at Be in the Room events. Well, what is Be in the Room events? Those Be in the Room events are those events that are on your calendar, not the ones that you created for your brand, but these are events that are on your calendar that you have decided that you must be in the room. You've got to be in the room because of your ideal client is going to be there. And how do you know that? Well, you've done it. You know that they're going to be there in the room because you've done your research. You've actually looked up who the event host is. You might have had a conversation with them. You might have shot them an email to find out who the target market is that's going to be coming to the event, so that you can actually have an idea and know who needs to be there, and you can decide whether or not you need to be there. You've done all of that. And so we've been talking all week long about a strategy, because you got to have a strategy when you decide, hey, this is a Be in the Room event. So we've been talking about those strategies, those principles, the formula that you need to have going in. So today is going to be no different. So today is the last one that we'll be dealing with, and that is the follow-up with intention. You must follow up with those that you've connected with, and we're using. You want to make sure that the connections that you're making here are meaningful. That's what I talk about when I said that, we assist entrepreneurs to reclaim their time so that they can be more organized and focused on meaningful connections. Meaningful connections is having an idea, knowing who it is that you're going to talk to in the room, and then connecting with them in the room. But then here's the key. After you've left the room, how do you stay connected? How do you connect? How do you follow up with intention? How do you stay connected with intention? So that's what we're going to talk about today. The follow up where real relationships kind of are built. That's where you build relationships. That's where you connect with those, and the relationship can grow, gets the opportunity to grow from there. So don't want to let the connections that you make in the room, just fall to the wayside. You want to be intentional about staying in touch. Be intentional about staying in touch. When you've made that connection in the room, you want to make sure that there's something that they remember you by. Remember, we talked about that. You have a memorable introduction. Well, you want to make sure that you remember them. It's something about them that you remember, so that you know when you're connecting with them, why you're connecting, staying in touch and connecting with them. So you got to do that. And here are we're going to get into these real quick, 3 ways that entrepreneurs that you can follow up with intention. The first one is you want to send a personalized message. Send a personalized message. And the reason you do this is after the event, you want to reach out with personalized message referencing your connection and your conversation. Say, this will reinforce your connection and show you were genuinely engaged and you were listening. You want to follow up with them. The key is in the follow through and the follow up. If you see one of the great basketball players, when you see them shoot, our coach taught us to follow through. To follow through, because it's what aims the ball, and your connection. You're being intentional about your follow up. Is that follow through, aiming the connection in the direction that you want it to be able to go with. Did I just rhyme right there, y'all? You want to aim the connection in the direction that you want it to go into. I think I just said something right there. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's sending a personalized message. Keeps that connection going, and it's a reminder to the person that you had the conversation with. Yes, I want to take the encounter that we had further than just being in that room, and I'd like to see where we could possibly go with this connection that we have, because there's something there that we believe that can be done with us. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you want to offer additional value. It's always about offering value, y'all. As an entrepreneur, yes, we want to gain value too, but it's also about giving value. When people see that you give value, that relationship becomes even stronger. So, in your follow-up, you want to provide something, something that aligns with their need. And if you were attentive enough and you paid attention and you put it in your notes somewhere, what their particular need is, and you know that their need aligns with the product and service that you offer, you want to make sure that you reiterate that. If you want to give, let's say an article, you were reading an article, you thought about, at the conversation that you had with them, thought it might be a resource for them. It might be something that they could be useful to them, or something like that. This will keep, you at the top of mind and reinforce your value because you took the time to think about them and how you can add to their value. And that bodes well for anybody. Somebody were to call you up and say, hey, I happen to be reading this article. I thought about you, and what you said your need was from the conversation that we had the other day at this event. It was great to meet you. Hopefully this will be, a resource that you can use and it'll be helpful for you. When you do that, you would have, you can't even imagine the value that you create in you, in addition to creating the value and increasing the value in them. Every entrepreneur loves someone that adds value to them. There's not one entrepreneur that you can ask that would they like to have value added to them by someone else. I don't care if it's a book, suggesting a book to them, if it's an article, as we talked about here, if it's a conversation, someone you might be able to, give to them, in addition to, what the products and services that you offer, whatever that value is that you're adding to them, you want to reiterate it. And that's a part of the follow-up with intention. Because you were intentionally thinking about that person. You were intentionally thinking about the conversation that you had. And you wanted to add value to them. And then number 3 is schedule a follow-up meeting. Schedule a follow-up meeting. Don't let the conversation end with the event. Don't let it stop there. Suggest a coffee meeting, a light meeting, a call, just a phone call, or virtual, where you meet virtually. You can be virtually now as well too, just to confirm, discussing how you, can collaborate or support each other. These are things that I practice all the time. Last week, I happened to be, or just the other day, I happened to be watching a podcast, and the panel that was on the podcast, one of the gentlemen that was on the podcast, I felt as if that I could be of assistance to his organization. So what did I do? I reached out to them. No, I didn't meet them in the room. But what I did do was I met them on the podcast, and I mentioned that in the message that I sent to them, a personal message to them. So being in the room is literally being in the room, but it can also be in the room just by whether it's a virtual event, whether it's a virtual podcast, something that garners your attention with someone that was in a particular space that you were in as well. So I reached out, sent a personal message. I offered additional value by talking about the what they do, the great things that they are doing. And then how I can add value to what it is that they do. And then setting up or trying to schedule a meeting, a follow-up meeting. Saying, hey, I really appreciate seeing what you had to say on the podcast. I thought it was terrific. I'm interested in speaking with you in further detail about how we can collaborate, partner together, and being able to bring those that you serve to the to the next level, to their next level. That's how you implement these 5 keys that I've been talking about this week. These 5 keys. I hope you all grab these 5 keys that I've been talking about, and that you understand, you know, and how to utilize them. You know, and if you aren't sure how to go about doing this, and that's what I'm here for, then we can have I want you to schedule a strategy session. The information y'all know will be right here in the description. It'll be here for you. You can hit the calendar, the link, schedule an appointment. We'll have a strategy session. We'll talk about your vision. We'll take you through the entrepreneurial briefcase process to assist you to be able to, like I said, to be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year, and to keep the doors open. If you're not at the Be in the Room events, you can't keep the doors open. You'll find yourself struggling to get to get clients. You'll find yourself really not knowing which direction to go in, and that's not what that's not what we're about here. We're about each and every one of our clients being successful, being purposeful, and being sustainable. That's what you're going to get. That's the result that we want you to come away with our entrepreneurial briefcase, is in one word: sustainability. And you create that sustainability by utilizing, knowing, and when you're in front of your ideal client, connecting with them in such a way that they say yes. It won't even be any doubt. They're going to say yes. Let's do business. But you got to be, you got to prepare with purpose. You've got to prepare with purpose going into the room. You've got to master the art of listening. You got to listen. Got to listen more than you talk. I think too many people today, they talk more than they listen, and they just listen to respond versus listening to hear. So you got to listen with purpose. You gotta master the art of listening, and then you gotta deliver value first. Deliver value first. Like I said, every entrepreneur wants to be around someone that delivers value to them. And that, truth be told, that's what those that you serve want. They want you to deliver value. And your ideal client in that Be in the Room event wants you to deliver value. Question is, how do you show them that you're going to deliver value? You can't do that if you're not talking to them. You can't do that if you're not connecting with them. So, and then after delivering value, you got to craft a memorable introduction. When you meet someone, you want them to remember you. Out of everybody that they met that evening, how are you going to stand out? It's almost like I tell authors, your book is going to be on the shelf of, with 1,000 other books. What's going to make your book stand out? What's going to make your introduction stand out against everybody else that's in that room? That's working powerful. And you want to make sure that you're operating that way. And then making sure that you follow up with intention. Truly, you closing that client is in your follow-up. I promise you. In the follow-up, if you're consistent with your follow-up and you follow through, I told you it's the before, during, and the after. I always talk about that. The follow-up is the after. That's where the connections are made. That's where the relationships are made. That's where the closure of them going from just being a potential client or potential customer to being a client happens. It's all about the follow-up. So that's what I got for you today. Like I said, if you want to go in more detail, I need you to connect with me. Shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. All of that information is right there in the description. I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to see you flourish in your excellence, in your entrepreneurial excellence. because that's what we're about this year. Unleash your entrepreneurial excellence. You can catch the book too. The book is coming, y'all. The book is coming. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We are about unleashing our entrepreneurial excellence in 2024. And part of that entrepreneurial excellence is connecting with your ultimate client, with your ideal client at your Be in the Room events. We'll see y'all on Monday. Have a great weekend. I know it's Labor Day, I think it is, whatever, but y'all know I'm still going to be here on Monday. The holidays, yeah, whatever. but I want you to do something fun this weekend if you're doing the Labor Day weekend, or you're doing a cookout, because a lot of people do that as well. Enjoy the cookout, enjoy family, friends, everything like that. But I want you to do something fun. We'll be right back here on Monday. Stay tuned. It's football season too, y'all. Football season start next week. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go Ravens. Peace. See ya.